What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT TAKEOVER Toronto for 2019 for the preview. This will be the WWE NXT TAKEOVER Toronto preview. The show is going to be from August 10th, 2019, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, at the Scotty Bank Arena. I think that's how you pronounce it. Under the brand of, basically the brand of NXT, under the promotion of the WWE. And folks, this is during the SummerSlam weekend, what pertains to NXT for WWE NXT or the Takeover show. And I'm excited for this special event, or so-called pay-per-view for NXT. Even though they're on the basically, it will not be called a pay-per-view unless NXT get their actual TV deal, which they are gonna get their TV deal on August 2nd. Same thing with AEW. So basically, and the reason why some people keep calling it a pay-per-view for NXT, it's because it's one of the special events that they do what pertains to takeover shows. But here's the thing: WWE NXT shows is on the WWE network. It's just like with the WWE NXT Takeover shows. So for now, as it's to me, it's just a special event. And there you go. But again, once we get to that TV deal for NXT, then for the next Takeover show, then we could call it a pay-per-view event. But for now, it's a WWE special network event that they do that's been doing this for years now. But that being said, I'm more excited for this. The point is, basically the point is, I'm more excited for this Takeover show for SummerSlam weekend than WWE SummerSlam 2019. Just saying. But that being said, let's get to the cards. There are only 5 matches here, so let's get from the bottom all the way to the top. The match that's been added to here is Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. Now, the last time they have a women's match, well, let me scratch that. The last time we had 2 women's matches on a Takeover show was, I believe, it was back in 2014, I believe, or 2015. I think it was 2015, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I digress. Anyways, the point is, we haven't have 2 women's matches on the Takeover show for that quite a while, and now we're getting it here for Toronto for 2019 for this Takeover show. Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. I think the match is gonna be decent in a way. We'll see how that turns out. I know it's gonna be a grudge match between these two, after the build they did. But as far as who's gonna win this match, Io Shirai's gotta win. They just be packaged her as a heel, with his new look, new music, new attitude, new persona in a way. So yeah, I don't see Io Shirai losing this match. So Io Shirai should win, and then we can have her move on as to see what other things she could do as a heel, moving forward. Easy for me to say, but there you go. Another NXT Women's match is for the NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler defends it against Miriam. These two have matches before on NXT, even have matches outside of the WWE as well. And I think this will be a pretty good match, especially with the way they've been building this match up too, where Shayna Baszler is going to try to get back at Miriam for what happened to Jessica Duke and Maria Shafir by the hands of Miriam. And I am looking forward to this match to see how this match turns out on the Takeover show. As far as who I think she'll win, none against Miriam, but it's not time for her to win the belt. So I think it should be Shayna Baszler to retain her NXT Women's Championship, and no, no to say about that. So there you go. Let's we get triple. Excuse me. We get to a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. The champion himself, the Velveteen Dream, versus Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong. This is gonna be a triple threat match, obviously, and I think this match is gonna be a show stealer. Next to the Alan Cole versus Johnny Gargano match, we'll get that momentarily. But I'm gonna get to one sleeper match too, which I think is gonna be a good match too. But we'll get that momentarily. But the Velveteen Dream, I think it's time the Velveteen Dream's gonna lose his belt here. But I don't think it's gonna be again. It's gonna be from Pete Dunne though. Even though I want Pete Dunne to win, which probably Pete Dunne is my pick to win, but I got a feeling it's gonna be Roderick Strong going over here to become the new NXT North American Champion, to finally have some single gold around his waist on NXT. So basically, this triple threat match here, I guess in a way they want to put Pete Dunne in there, so that they can have Roderick Strong beat Velveteen Dream in the match. But at the same time, what's the point of even having Pete Dunne in the match? Anyways, I'm just bear with me here. If Roderick Strong's gonna win here against the Velveteen Dream, why not just have just a regular one-on-one match where, Roderick Strong, he's gonna win the belt anyways. He's gonna defeat the Velveteen Dream anyways. So what's the point of having Pete Dunne in the match anyways? Is he gonna be the one to carry the match against the Velveteen Dream and Roderick Strong? Because Roderick Strong could obviously carry the match. Even the Velveteen Dream to a certain degree can carry a match. But basically, I don't see what's the point here. What it pertains to unless Pete Dunne's gonna win, unless Pete Dunne is the one who's gonna win here, which is why they want to protect Roderick Strong of not losing the match, and then you got Pete Dunne beat Velveteen Dream. I'll be fine with Velveteen Dream losing, because I hate the Velveteen Dream character, but I gotta see what's the end game here, what pertains to this. I mean, it's nice to see Pete Dunne on NXT, especially when it pertains to this takeover show. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Pete Dunne to win here, but I got a feeling that Roderick Strong's gonna win here. He's a sleeper here, when it pertains to where he can end up winning. So there you go. Then we get to the tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championship. It's the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, who are the champions, versus Undisputed Era, which is Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, aka Red Dragon. And this match is a sleeper match here, because people should not be sleeping on this one, because I think this sleeper match here is gonna shock everyone, shock the system in a way, no pun intended, for the Undisputed Era. This will only be one of the best matches on the card. And I think it has the potential to be so as well. But as far as who I think is going to win here, obviously, with the Street Profits being on Raw every week, they're going to lose the belts here. So the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish to become new NXT Tag Team Champions for which is on Kyle O'Reilly and what comes to Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish 2 times. Even though for Kyle O'Reilly it's going to be I think it's going to be him of being out 3 to 4 times NXT Tag Team Champions so far. I mean, I could be wrong with that one, but I think it's 3 times, but I digress. But or is it 2 times? No, actually, I think it is 3 times, because I remember it now. Yeah, it was 3 times because, well, not yet 3 times, because they're not tag team champions yet. But I think they are going to become tag team champions though. Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. But it's going to be the 3rd time winning the tag belts here. Basically for Undisputed Era. Sorry, I was distracted there. But yeah, Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish are becoming new tag team champions. Street Profits will be moved on to Raw, and may God have mercy on their souls, with their faith being in the hands of Vince McMahon. Just saying. And finally, the main event. The main event will feature a 2 out 3 falls match, which is, I mean, in a way, it is a 2 out 3 falls match, but at the same time, the way that this match has been booked is actually 3 stages of hell. and it's going to be for the NXT Championship. You got the NXT champion himself, Adam Cole, baby, versus Johnny Gargano. The first match, the first fall, I should say, it's going to be a street fight that was chosen by Johnny Gargano. The second fall has been chosen by Adam Cole. Easy for me to say, but it's just going to be just a regular wrestling match. And then finally, if there's a third fall, which I think there will be, obviously there's going to be, where it's going to be the decision of the NXT general manager, William Regal, which he has yet to make that decision yet. So he's going to make that decision once we get to TakeOver, NXT TakeOver Toronto. And I'm thinking to myself, what could possibly be the third fall that William Regal's going to be thinking in his head of what's going to be? Is it going to be a steel cage match? Is it going to be a ladder match? What else could it be? I can't think of any other matches that William Regal could think of his head of what could be the third fall. With their stipulation for this third fall here, for the three stages of hell. What, last man standing match maybe? Let's just think about this. It could be last man standing. It could be a ladder match. It could be a steel cage match. What else could it be? A submission match? I don't know what it could be. Only William Regal knows what it's going to be, obviously, because he's the one who's going to make that decision. But whatever that is going to be, here's my prediction of it though. The first fall, obviously, I'm going to go with Adam Cole to go over. The second fall, I'm going to have Johnny Gargano go over. And finally, the third fall, whatever Regal's going to choose for the third fall to be, it's going, at the end of the day, it's going to be Adam Cole to retain his NXT championship. And back with the whole thing with Roderick Strong, where I got the feeling he's going to become NXT North American champion. And obviously with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish from Undisputed Era to become the tag team champions, because Street Profits, if from easy for me to say, Street Profits are going to be moving up to the main roster on Raw. And meanwhile, Adam Cole, basically we have Undisputed Era carrying all the gold, like I said before. In 2019, they're going to be draped in gold. So I got a feeling with Roderick Strong winning that Triple Threat match to become the new North American champion, and for Undisputed Era and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish to become the new NXT Tag Team champions, and for Adam Cole to retain his NXT championship, so that Undisputed Era, the faction, could be more stronger than ever, and they can own NXT, the show itself, by being draped in gold with every championship title that they've gotten so far, except for one title though, and that's the NXT Women's Championship, because there's no women's in the Undisputed Era, unless Shayna Baszler decides to join along with them. But I digress. But there you go. That's my prediction of it, folks. So here we go again. Io Shirai to go over on Candice LeRae. Shayna Baszler to go over on Miriam to retain her NXT Women's Championship. Pete Dunne to become the new NXT champion. The NXT North American champion. Excuse me. Even though I got the feeling Roderick Strong's going to win. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish are going to become new tag team champions by going over on the Street Profits. And finally, Adam Cole to go over on Johnny Gargano to be the NXT champion. And there you go. And also another thing too, where someone could show up on NXT, TakeOver. With the whole thing where someone's going to be in the front row and everything. They're probably going to have some legends or current stars to be in front row and everything, like they always do, or someone from the executive position, or But we'll see. But be on lookout for that one though, because you never know, someone might show up to watch this NXT show at front row. The whole planning them on the front row thing. But there you go. And also, with me getting the feeling that Roderick Strong could win the NXT North American Championship, the way to end the show is have the Undisputed Era, draped in gold on stage, celebrating to close up the show. Will that happen? We'll see. But there you go, folks. That's my prediction for WWE NXT TAKEOVER Toronto. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. For this is your WWE NXT TAKEOVER Toronto preview.